tonight. Mark Wunderlich, Greg Willard, Paul Mihalik. We're set to play basketball. Here's the way the series stands between these two ball clubs. The all-time series. The Pacers lead 11-6, 9-0 at Market Square Arena, but only 2-6 here in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is a tough place to play basketball if you're the visiting team.
It really is. These people, not only are they large in number, but they're large in volume as well.
Here's the lob pass inside from Pooh Richardson to Dale Davis, and that's maybe will establish the tone of this ball game early on.
The Hornets want to play a fast-paced game. They'll do a lot of passing game in the half court. The key for the Hornets is what kind of spacing do they have in their half-court offense.
Well, we saw some great spacing last Clark for that Orlando ball club. Down the lane, Mourning. Alonzo Mourning played his first ever game in the professional ranks against the Indiana Pacers back on the 13th of November. And 110-109 was the win for the Indiana Pacers that night. And Alonzo came on and played like a man who'd been playing for 6 months in the NBA.
Well, he's got tremendous toughness, and he's really got a serious business-like attitude on the floor, which will serve him well in the NBA.
Reggie's shot partially deflected by David Wingate, but the Pacers maintained control.
No new shot clock. They've got to get it up.
And Smits does. He missed it badly. Rebound comes down to Alonzo Mourning. Here come the Hornets again. They're averaging 112.7 per game, giving up 111-3. Here's Mourning outside. Now back to Muggsy Bogues, all 5'3" of him. Here is J.R. Reed, who it looked like he walked, but instead will go to the free throw line and get the hoop at the same time.
Good aggressive move by J.R. Reed. Just grunts and groans his way to the rack. Pooh Richardson gets there late. And J.R. Reed able to get the nice favorable roll. One of the benefits of the passing game when you have proper floor spacing is that at any time a guy who catches the ball at the top of the circle has an opportunity to put it on the floor and get himself to the basket.
First lead change of the ball game. First time the Charlotte Hornets have been out in front. Here's Pooh Richardson rebounding on the near side. Miller runs to the top of the circle. Ball knocked away by Muggsy Bogues. 5'3", 140, sixth-year pro out of Wake Forest. Amazing, a guy that's that short can get 6 years in the NBA, and he's still a darn good player.
He's going to be around for a while. His assist-to-turnover ratio for the last couple of years has been in the otherworldly territory of 5 assists for every 1 turnover.
One of your keys early on, Clark, was the fact that Detlef would give us some early instant offense. He just got his first 2 points of the game. Muggsy Bogues outside of a Richardson. Muggsy's first 2, he's averaging 10.9, leads the ball club in assists, leads them in steals. And now it is 7-4 Charlotte, 9:57 to play here in the first quarter. Smits threw it away, but Reggie managed to chase it down. Now down in front of the Pacers bench, here's Reggie. Drops it inside to Smits, turning on Mourning and got the jump hook.
One of the keys for the Pacers in the first quarter is to get Rick Smits some good looks and for Rick to come through by scoring inside. You've got 3 primary scorers on the floor with this starting lineup: Smits, Miller, and Shrimp. And Smits has to get going because in order for him to be effective, he needs a number of shot opportunities.
Here is Pooh Richardson, who's running this ball club in the point guard spot, replacing, of course, Michael Williams in that trade that sent Michael up to Minnesota. Richardson pulled up the dribble, now lobbed inside to Detlef, right out front. Might have got a hand on the ball, but nonetheless got the shot to fall, and Detlef has 4 points. It is 8-7, Indiana back in the lead. Now Moreland is back in the other end. And the third lead change gives the lead back to the Hornets.
Good quick hitting offense that time as Alonzo ran the floor and got down there before Rick did. That forced Smits. That actually forced Detlef to defend Mourning in the post, and that was a mismatch.
Rick going outside this time. Smits' shooting percentage on the year is right at 50%. He has 4 points. Det has 4. Dale Davis has the other 2 on that opening slam lob of the game for Pooh Richardson. Here's Mourning. In the corner, J.R. Reed. You know, it's really funny, Clark, because they have been on J.R. Reed down here like I wouldn't believe for a guy who's from this area. They just have made life kind of miserable for this guy.
Well, I think expectations were a little high when he was the 5th player drafted a few years ago. And basically he was playing out of position early. With the addition of Mourning now, JR is able to slide to the big forward spot as opposed to having to play in the middle for the Hornets. and that's freed him up to be a little more consistent a contributor.
Reggie against Orlando last night had his season high. He went for 29 points. He had 6 out of 9 free throws. He misses the first opportunity here tonight. As I mentioned, 29 points. He had 11 of 20 from the field. He also had a nice round ball game, Clark. 5 boards, 1 assist, 3 steals, and only 1 turnover in 37 minutes.
Good effort from Reggie last night, and one of the things the coaches and his teammates have been on him about is looking to get himself going earlier in the game. He had the big third quarter last night. It'd be nice to see him get that same type of start here tonight.
First tie of the ball game at 11. J.R. Reed trying to untie it, does not. Detlef has the rebound. 8:11 to go here in the opening quarter. Shrimp just kind of followed Smits down the left side. Rick will get the fall-away shot off the mark. Who Richardson chases down the rebound. Back inside to Rick, goes up for the slam, got hammered. He gets the hoop when the foul is on Alonzo Mourning. Nice effort by Rick Smits. Good movement now by Pooh Richardson. You saw the foul on Mourning, and Smits will go to the line. Rick at the free throw line as we're back live, shooting at 76% of the year. He converts the three-point play. Smits is averaging 12 per. He has 7 already in the first quarter tonight. And the Indiana Pacers have their biggest lead at 3 at 14-11. J.R. Reed backing in. Wingate newly acquired. Here's Mourning, drives the lane, missed the shot. Ball knocked away from Dale Davis, picked back up by Charlotte. Johnson basically not a factor in this game so far. Will get his first shot from the baseline and knock it home. Johnson is averaging 18.7, leads the ball club in that category, gets his first 2 tonight. Reggie, open shot, won't go. Rebound, Alonzo Mourning. They got a 3-on-1, but the pass is kind of awry. Flipped off to J.R. Reed.
Boy, that's a great find by Larry Johnson. We talked about it at the top. Not only does he score and board, but he's an excellent passer in transition.
Richardson can't get it. Mourning had the rebound momentarily, but Rick knocked it away. Inside, Davis will slam it home. Dale's second bucket. He had the first one of the ball game, and the Pacers go back in front 16-15.
Well, we know the Pacers have played well down here traditionally. In 3 losses last year, the margin of defeat in each game was 2 points.
Beck, that you're right, Clark. 112, 110, 107, 105, and 121 to 119. 4 blue shirts inside of the miss that time by Charlotte. Here come the Pacers back on the attack. 6.5 minutes to go. First quarter of action here in Charlotte. Smits turned the other way on Mourning and got him this time.
Boy, excellent ball reversal that time. Good spacing. Good finish by Smits.
3-point lead Indiana matches their top margin of the ball game with 6:17 to go. It's 18-15 now.
Here in the early going, Jerry, as opposed to last night, the Pacers pretty much staying at home defensively. Not a lot of scrambling and rotating. Everybody's with their men, and that allows you to be in better rebounding position when, in fact, the Hornets miss a shot.
Here's Reggie taking one from long range and knocking it home. He was on the home run mark, so it'll go down as 2, and Reggie Miller gets his first field goal of the ball game, and now it's Indiana and Charlotte exchanging field goals at either end. Johnson gets one at the other end. Larry Johnson shooting 49% from the field, but this guy is an amazing basketball player, Clark. Wouldn't he make a great tight end on the football team?
Oh, he's got a big-time body on him.
Here is Detlef. 1-on-1 on J.R. Reed. Now Smits outside. Rebound ripped off in the middle by Johnson. Muggsy Bogues will bring it across. 5:25 to go in the first quarter, and Bogues gets his second bucket.
The Hornets really want to wear you down by pushing it ahead, getting early shot opportunities in their transition game, and over the course of 48 minutes, they want to wear you down physically.
Paul Mahalik will make the foul call, and we'll take a break with a score 21-20. Charlotte out in front. There's a guy that wishes he were in the lineup tonight.
Well, he's actually their leading scorer statistically, right at 19 points a game. He'll be out for another 4 to 6 weeks probably with that broken hand.
It's Johnny Newman, by the way. We didn't mention who it was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mentioned there he is. Quite a ball player, but he will be out for a while. Play back in live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Pooh Richardson Reggie Miller, that's the guard tandem. If you're just joining us, Detlef getting his first starting call of the game of the season tonight.
Nice find.
Started four games last year. Pooh couldn't get it. Dale's got the rebound, got a fresh 24, and Reggie gets the outside pass. Here is Shrimp over Johnson. That's one of the great weapons that Detlef provides, Clark. Inside or out, great speed, good quickness, can handle the ball exceptionally well.
Versatility is his middle name. The Hornets have made a change. They've brought Dale Curry into the lineup, and I would expect Bo Hill to counter with George McLeod rather quickly.
We talked about Curry in the opening stand-up, what kind of a season he is having, mainly because Alonzo Mourning's been so effective. Triple team was Detlef, and he still got it.
Boy, I love to see that sweet jump hook. He gets great extension on that shot with the left or right hand.
Here's Curry outside.
And
Del Curry gets his first bucket, Clark. He's played in 10 of their 12 games and is averaging right at 18 per game.
And there, folks, is the sweetest, prettiest jump shooting stroke in the league right there. You might get an argument when you talk Dale Ellis, but Dale Curry, for my money, has the prettiest looking jump shot in the league.
Smits, here's the tip in by Davis, will not count. They're going to call a foul on Dale. And that's the second on the big guy. One of the things Bo Hill was concerned about when I talked with him just before the ball game, Clark, was Detlef Shrimp getting in foul trouble and that negating his early firepower. But Dale Davis also becomes a concern right now.
Well, you've got LaSalle Thompson to give you minutes behind Dale Davis,
who knocks it away that time as they tried to go backdoor to Larry Johnson.
But by
Richardson splits the seam and got the layup.
But to finish that thought, by starting Detlef, if in fact he did get into foul trouble, it will certainly deplete your forces, because normally he's coming off the bench giving you a huge lift.
Here's the outside shot. The three is in the air, off the mark. Reggie runs the lead pass to Pooh Richardson down, got the layup, got the hoop. Miller now with 5, and Indiana's transition offense very impressive right now. Wingate inside, reverse layup. Well, here's a guy they just signed a few days ago, and what an asset he's been to this ball club.
He's shooting 70% from the floor in his 5 games with the club.
Alonzo Mourning blocks the shot by Dale Davis. 2-on-1 the other way, off the mark. Reggie's got the rebound. The miss that time by Del Curry. And the Pacers come back offensively with 2:40 to play in the first quarter. Shrimp falling and missing, but drawing the foul. And I think they got Del Curry.
Team's really shooting it well, but again, shooting percentage always a function, really, of the kind of shots you get. And both teams doing an excellent job getting good shots. Detlef Shrimp has yet to miss 4 of 4 from the floor, and now 2 of 2 from the stripe. And Rick Smits off to a solid start. He's got 9 field goal attempts up, and he's knocked down 4 of them.
On the season, Rick is shooting right at 50%, as I mentioned. And the key figure there is he's getting 9 opportunities. That's very important. Here's the outside shot, good by Del Curry, and we've got a foul away from the ball called by Paul Mihalik, apparently on a Pacer.
I think Rick Smits, by his grimace and body gesture, it seemed like he was the guilty one.
Well, the field goal by Curry is good. Who they got the line, Clark?
I think it was Kenny Gaddison's going to shoot free throws. Apparently there was a push.
Apparently so.
As the ball went through the hole.
This becomes a 4-point play. Or does he just get the one?
I think he'll just get one look at it.
That's right. And he missed it, so really no big deal except for the personal foul.
They'll have to check to see if the backboard is still up there after that one.
Smith's getting his first personal foul of the ball game.
A little firm on that attempt by Gaddison.
Mitchell came in during the timeout break and knocks home the shot the first time he touches the basketball. Sam, 6'7", 210, fourth-year pro out of Mercer with a 9.5 point per game scoring average. Has 2 tonight, and it's 32-29. Indiana out in front. That equals their biggest lead of the game. Here is Gaddison. Smits with the rebound. Quickly up court to Detlef Shrimp. Pacers really moving the ball well tonight in transition from defense to offense. Floater by Reggie. Miller now with 3 buckets and a free throw and 7 points. And Indiana goes in front 34-29, giving them the biggest margin so far in the game. Curry's got Mitchell on him, who almost got the intercept that time as he tried to go to Wingate. Now Gaddison blocked by Schmidt, by Shrimp, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Knocked way out long range. Shot clock is down to 3. They get the shot and get the hoop, and it's a 3 by David Wingate. A desperation 3 by Wingate. That's his first home run shot of the season. And it's 34-32, dead at the other end. Well, he's got one of the highest arching shots, Clark. I've been watching him play now for years, and I'm still flabbergasted how high he gets that ball.
Well, you can shoot it as high as you want to, as long as it finds the bottom of the net.
That's the basic premise, I suppose.
No question about it.
Indiana 36-32 leaders now over the Charlotte Hornets. And a whistle outside against Sam.
That's the right idea when you're defending Dale Curry. He really doesn't want to put it on the floor, so you try to crowd him and try to crowd him without fouling.
Here's the defensive effort by Sam.
Curry with a nice little pull-through move. He got the ball through and was able to draw the foul. When you're an offensive player, you want to be strong with the ball when you take it through the defender, hoping to draw that foul.
Did you order anything else? The ladies came down and delivered a soft drink and a big box of popcorn. Give me a break. McLeod is in the ball game now for the Indiana Pacers. Here's Gaddison missing and drawing the foul. About 3 Pacers from which they can choose to slap the foul too.
Well, Bake, if there would have been some more food left after you went through the line in the press room, I may not have needed these snacks.
Is that ice cream good or what?
Yeah, excellent in there.
Did you have a nice Thanksgiving, by the way?
Excellent.
Good.
Excellent.
Did you have turkey?
Turkey, little ham. We had a feast at the Kellogg residence. I'm sure you did the same at your place.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. We got a couple of more changes now. You see at the right-hand side of your screen, it's Sal Thompson. Vern Fleming likewise coming in. Smith's going out. Pooh Richardson with a sit down on the sideline. More changes now. Into the lineup for Charlotte is Kevin Lynch. Lynch initially was penciled into the starting lineup, Clark, and they took him out just before game time.
Well, in addition to missing Johnny Newman, the Hornets also missing Kendall Gill, their fine young backcourt player. The benches will be important for both teams tonight because of the pace of the game.
Nice penetration move by Sam Mitchell. He's 2 out of 2 from the floor, and the Pacer lead is back to 4, 38-34. Final 37 seconds of the first quarter in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And you know, the Hornets bench, as they've won 5 of their last 6, has averaged 50 points a game. So they've been a major factor in the success of the Charlotte Hornets in their last 6 ball games.
That is Tony Bennett, by the way, outside, got the ball inside, and the shot that went up and good by Kenny Gaddison. Tony Bennett is a rookie and quite a young man. 38-36 Indiana. They'll play for the final shot of the period with 9 seconds left in this first quarter. Down to Mitchell. He's 2 for 2. Not this time. Somebody got a piece of it. McLeod dishes off to Thompson. LaSalle fires. Can't get it. Knocked away, and that's the end of the first quarter. After 1, the Indiana Pacers lead the Charlotte Hornets 38-36. In the first quarter, Detlef hit 5 out of 5 field goals, had 3 assists, picked up 12 points. He's the only player at either ball club in double figures. Charlotte had 7 each out of J.R. Reed and David Wingate. It's 38-36 Indiana. Second quarter just getting underway from the Charlotte Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. Indiana with the rebound off the miss. Vern Fleming touching the basketball. Now Sam Mitchell. It's Tank Thompson, Detlef Schrempf, and George McLeod completing the 5-some on the floor. They got a good pick that time. A great effort by Detlef Schrempf to save the ball. It did not hit the rim, so the shot clock is down to 5. Fleming off the glass, won't go. Detlef had it momentarily. Finally, it comes out into the hands of Kenny Gaddison. Here's the lead up course to Tony Bennett.
Well, the Hornets really do a good job. Anytime they get a rebound or a loose ball, their heads immediately get up and they look down the court. And they do a nice job of getting guys to fill lanes and take advantage of the transition game.
Well, both clubs shot well in the first quarter as George McLeod gets his first 2 of the ball game. Indiana shooting 59% and Charlotte at 67%. But we ran into a red-hot shooting Orlando ball club last night. They're shooting 70% at halftime. And Tony Bennett is good from long range again. The rookie out of Wisconsin Green Bay, who's played for his father, who was the head coach there. 6 foot, 175-pound rookie with a 6-point per game scoring average.
I had a chance to cover him a few times in college and was always impressed with his intelligence and his stroke.
Thompson, offensive foul, ran right over Tony Bennett.
See, there's an example of him stepping in, just making a good percentage play defensively and drawing the foul. Here it is. LaSalle just a loose train in the paint, and Bennett steps right in there. But Tony Bennett, the career leading scorer in the Mid-Continent Conference, put up over 2,000 points and really has surprised people at this level with his quickness. They knew he had a good shooting stroke, but he's sneaky quick.
Here's a guy that's sneaky quick. That's Curry getting a quick jump shot off and picking up his 6th point of the ball game. We are tied now at 40.
Well, I really like the point Slick made back in the studio about Detlef Schrempf's insertion into the starting lineup being a psychological boost for the team and maybe even for Detlef too. As much as he downplays the fact that he's not worried about starting, most guys enjoy being introduced as one of the first 5, especially when you're a player of his caliber.
I know for a fact, Clark, that Bo has asked him on a number of occasions, would you prefer to start? Det's answer was pat and always the same, whatever's best for the ball club.
And I think that's genuine, but at the same time, there's a piece of him that would like to be out there when the ball is thrown up for the first time.
Mitchell backing in is fouled by Del Curry. That's 2 on Del Curry. And team foul number 2 on the Hornets.
You talk about Del Curry's shooting stroke, and he's got a beautiful looking stroke as Mourning checks back in. But one of the other things that he's able to do, he's got long arms and quick hands. So he comes up with steals and deflections just like that.
Here's the lead pass up court. They've got a 3-on-3 break. Here's Lynch. And Kevin Lynch gets his first 2 points of the ball game. I don't think that scoreboard's working, Clark. I don't think the score we gave you is correct. They're still showing 40-40. It's got to be 44-40. That's what it is. It's 44-40 Charlotte. For some reason, the scoreboard is locked in at 40 on either end here.
Maybe somebody's dozing off at the scorer's table, but I doubt that being the case.
Shrimp inside to Fleming. He missed the shot, but through the goaltending call from J.R. Reed. So Fleming will get credited with the field goal. Well, I had it at 40 all and looked up, field goal made, and it was tied again. I thought, well, I've screwed this thing up, but not so. It's 44-42 now. There was a look at that goaltending call.
Well, that was a nice find in mid-shot by Detlef.
Well, there's a long-range shot from Curry again. Del Curry has 8 points. That should tie the ball game at 44 if my math is correct here.
No, I think that might make it 46-44.
46-42.
Well, I'm not even going to. You're the one sitting here with your pencil and pen.
Now they got it.
Okay.
Now they got it.
You're supposed to be keeping score, Beck. That's part of your responsibility as the play-by-play guy.
Generally, when you move around the arenas in the NBA, most of them work. But and that's correct now. 46-42. Here's McLeod. Over Curry. Long rebound picked off by Tony Bennett. 3-on-2. Bennett pulls up and fires. Detlef in the middle. Thompson comes out with a missed shot. Indiana back on the offense again, really moving the ball up and down the court in a hurry. Sam Mitchell hard to the hoop, got it. Mitchell now with a half a dozen points. And it's 46-44. And at the other end, Alonzo Mourning's going for the first time this quarter, makes it 48-44. That 4-point lead, by the way, is the largest lead that Charlotte's had in this ball game. Detlef Schrempf quickly knocks a couple of those off. Det with 14, and I don't think he's missed from the floor so far.
Well, you got 2 fighters going at it. I mean, both teams delivering pretty good jabs.
Curry behind Mourning. Del Curry is only a 45% shooter on the season in the 10 games in which he has participated. Doesn't look like it tonight. He has double figures. He has 10 points. Here's Fleming. Well, I'll tell you, Clark, either there's an awful good offensive show going on out there or nobody's playing defense because it's one shot and head back the other way.
Well, both teams doing a pretty good job getting good shots. I don't think it's a lack of defense. I just think it's superior offense at this point.
It's impressive. Here is Curry again. Not this time. Rebound Detlef Schrempf. The Pacers have a chance to tie. We've had 3 ties in the ball game. The last tie was at 40.
One of the dangers in this type of game is that you fall into this pace where you're not looking to move the ball.
Well, what a great entry pass that was by Sam Mitchell to Vern Fleming, and Vern got the hoop and drew the foul. Take a look at this baby come inside.
Nice spacing, good look. You see Lynch didn't have his hands active as a defender, and Sam Mitchell was able to whiz that ball right by his ear, and Vern Fleming doing a nice job moving without the orange, gets himself an easy layup.
Fleming against Charlotte in the first ball game had played only 21 minutes, but he had a half a dozen points on 2 out of 5 from the field, 2 out of 2 free throws, and added 4 assists in that victory, 110-109.
Well, Vern's been in double digits the last 2 outings. And he's played about 23 minutes a game in his last 4.
Nobody went out to get J.R. Reed, so he pulls up for the 15-footer, knocks it home. He has 9, 52-51.
Nice
Charlotte out in
cut.
front.
Nice cut by Fleming.
Thompson bulldozes his way in, missed the shot. J.R. Reed comes out. Detlef is back. Mitchell is back, and Det steps in front of the intended pass for David Wingate.
Should be a trailer coming.
Fleming knocked away, and last touch by Lynch. And with 6 minutes and 48 seconds to play in the first half of this ball game, Alan Bristow takes time out for the Charlotte Hornets, and we'll come right back. Well, very quickly, Bo Hill got up and went to the bench. We'll see what he's going to do. He will put Richardson in the lineup, take Fleming out of there. So it's Fleming on the bench with Richardson now and Reggie Miller running the guard spots. Detlef Schrempf and Sam Mitchell up front with Rick Smits holding down the fort in the middle. Pacers trail Charlotte by 1, 52-51, 6:32 to play in the first half. Another rebound for Detlef. Oh, they had Sam Mitchell open under the hoop, and Reggie had his back to him and couldn't get the ball there. Now Mitchell has it. Richardson with Muggsy Bogues right up in his belly button. Now Miller. Shot clock is down now to 5 seconds. Inside Detlef, double team, goes to Reggie. Lets the 3 fly. Got it. Reggie Miller with the outside shot as the shot clock was running down. Has his 10th three-pointer of the year. He has 10 points on the night.
Boom, baby, that's for you, Slick.
He's yelling at Wright and Brian Hammond's ear back there right now. Detlef knocked away. Apparently a great defensive play by Alonzo Mourning, who had 22 blocks coming into the game. Here is Muggsy Bogues.
Not a good example of transition defense as they allowed.
And Bo Hill just got a check, and what he's upset about happened at the other end down here with the lack of a goaltending call.
I think Alonzo got that ball before it got near the rack from behind. Be the judge yourself. Here's Mourning right in the middle of your screen. The ball hit the rim, and as it was coming back is when when Alonzo blocked it. Watch it. Ooh, well, maybe not.
No,
that angle showed that he came over the top, and there should have been a goaltend call.
Muggsy Bogues will get the technical foul shot. Bo Hill is irate. That's Randy Whitman right behind him now. He wasted no time. By the time Muggsy got back to the other end, Bo Hill's face was as red as part of his tie, and he was all over Paul Mihalik and Mark Wunderlich and Greg Willard.
Well, I think he had every right to be, especially after looking at that second replay. The first angle we had made it seem like Detlef had hit the rim with the ball and then Mourning blocked it, but that didn't seem to be the case from the angle up top.
Well,
it's over
matter.
now.
Yep. Right in front of us, Detlef Schrempf will toss it in. Pooh Richardson, Rick Smits, Sam Mitchell, Reggie Miller. That's the 5 on the floor now for the Indiana Pacers. J.R. Reed and Muggsy Bogues are out there. Wingate. They've got Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning, or Zoe, as they like to call him down here in Dixie. 55-54, Charlotte, 5:38 to play here in the first half. Reggie got hammered. Take your pick. You want Mourning or you want Johnson?
Pick him. Nice, strong move by Miller.
Yeah, they're going to go with Alonzo Mourning.
This is what we just see the tail end of it, but he put a nice move on Wingate to get to the paint and then went in to draw contact. And I think they whistled that guy there, Alonzo Mourning, for the foul.
So here is Reggie, who is 1 out of 2 from the free throw line so far in this ball game tonight. In that first game back at Market Square Arena on the 13th of November, Reggie was a busy young man that night. He played 40 minutes. He didn't shoot very well. 5 of 13 from the field, 5 of 6 free throws, 15 points and a couple of assists in that 110-109 win. You saw his numbers tonight on your screen.
You know, one of the other advantages of starting Detlef Schrempf is that you have another scorer out there, and that typically will free up your other key guys because they aren't as concentrated on as they might be if Det wasn't in the lineup. I'm speaking primarily of Smits and Miller.
Well, somebody better go out and put a hand in that guy's face. Muggsy Bogues is a guy, I guess, Clark, you just feel like you got to sag back in a little bit, but he's going to knock it home all night long.
Well, you can't take away everything, so you try to make him do what he doesn't do well, and that's shoot the perimeter jump shot.
Well, there's great ball movement by Indiana. Tapped up once off the mark by Davis. Out comes the rebound to Muggsy Bogues. Richardson tried to stop him. It's knocked away by Detlef coming in from behind.
A couple of nice plays by Detlef to not give up on the play. He did it at the offensive end on the shot he missed earlier. And that time, see, Det just doesn't give up, gets right to the passing lane and makes a nice deflection.
Has Detlef gone out of the game yet, Clark? I don't think so. So he has been in there right from the get-go. Winfield, one-on-one on Detlef. They pull up. Got the shot. Wingate knocked away. Rebound comes off now to Indiana. No numbers advantage, but Reggie got there in a hurry. Now we'll get some goaltending. I believe they'll get Mourning this time. They will give the bucket to Reggie Miller. He's got a 14-point game going right now, 7 in each quarter. Take a look at this baby again.
Well, this is really a no-brainer. The fans are upset, but I mean the ball's on the window, on its way down.
I think it was Johnson that got it initially.
Well, somebody in a blue and white jersey got a paw up there illegally.
Yeah, these are those designer uniforms, by the way. In the middle, knocked away, and a great play by Dale Davis. Now
look
it's
at Reggie
3-on-3, and Reggie dropped the basketball. Muggsy Bogues comes back. He'll take that shot. He won't get it this time, though, and Christmas comes off of the board.
They've got numbers again if they hurry.
Richardson out to Reggie. 4-3. Short on the floor. Got his own board. Great hustle. Draws the foul. Missed the shot. J.R. Reed got it.
I love the aggressiveness. Certainly it was a short three, but in transition for an excellent three-point shooter, not a bad shot. He just doesn't get enough into this one, but stays with it. Three-point shots usually lead to long rebounds, and Reggie tracked his own miss down and then drew the foul on the out-of-position J.R. Reed.
Well, the Hornets appeared to have clay feet that time. Clark, nobody went out to get the basketball.
Well, they like to play the up-tempo game, but I don't know if they expected the Pacers to counter.
Charlotte is averaging 46.2 rebounds a game, and guess what? Their opponents have exactly the same number, 46-2. Reggie gets 2 out of 2. After missing his first, he's strung out 5 in a row. He has 9 points in the quarter and 16. There's the rebound advantage for Indiana in the first half of this ball game with 4 minutes left to play.
And a good number of those boards on the offensive end.
Pooh Richardson on Muggsy Bogues takes him inside.
Hello!
Oh, man, what a play by Jerome Richardson. That's only his second bucket, but he took Muggsy to school that time. Alan Bristow's had enough. 3:45 first half. Indiana being down by 4 at one stage on a 6-0 run. Now Rip with 14 points. Reggie Miller with 14 points. Clark, that's the kind of well-balanced scoring Bo Hill would love to have.
Well, you need your key guys to get you started.
And a whistle. And a foul on Dale Davis.
Well, it's impossible to go over Larry Johnson, and almost as impossible to get around him. I mean, he's 6'7", 250, and there's nothing extra there. I mean, his shoulders are as wide as most doorways. And that time, Dale Davis just got caught coming over his back.
You see Dale leaving the lineup. That was his third foul. He goes out. Sam Mitchell comes in. Indiana equaling its biggest lead of the night at 62-57 with 3:22 to play in the first half. Wingate in the corner. Muggsy Bogues got free again. This time Detlef Schrempf had great rebound, and Larry Johnson's going to pick up his first foul of the game. Great position that time by Det.
Excellent.
There's Larry Johnson. That's the 5th foul against Charlotte, so we'll make the walk to the other end. We have sung the praises of Pooh Richardson. I've told this story before, but for those who are maybe joining for the first time, his real name is Jerome, and he got that name because his grandmother gave him the name Pooh when he was just a small child, based on the storybook character Winnie the Pooh.
Well, she was accurate.
She was right on the money, wasn't she?
Oh, no question about it.
It's amazing to me, Clark, how nicknames that start out when you're a child go all the way through your high school and your college and your pro careers. You take them to your grave.
That's right, and I venture to say this. Every cartoon character that you see, there's somebody somewhere that looks exactly like that character.
You think so?
Oh, no question about it. I don't know if I can ever prove that, but it's certainly a theory that I've established in my own mind.
Well, you have a lot of theories that most of us don't understand, but we don't really get involved. Steal by Pooh. Here's Reggie. Got the layup, and Indiana now with a 65-57 lead, and they have been impressive in this ball game tonight, much in contrast to the way they performed last night against the Orlando Magic. Wingate can't get it. Johnson did. Smith just barely got a piece of it, and they get a fresh 24 with 2:40 to go. Now here's Curry going in on Mitchell, kind of forced the shot, missed the shot. Mitchell's got the foul, and that's 2 on Sam. That's the 3rd team foul against the ball club. Let's take a look at it again here.
Well, Curry gets the advantage, and you see him look back to see where Mitchell is, and he just toots his behind out just a bit to draw some contact and get himself to the line. Nice, smart play by Curry.
Del Curry at the free throw line. Curry was a first-round pick of Utah back in '86. He was the 15th player taken overall that year. Traded to Cleveland in October of '87, and then Charlotte got him in that 1988 expansion draft. Dell is 2 out of 2.
Well, you can mark those free throws up. I think he and Muggsy Bogues between them have only missed 3 or 4 free throws this year.
The ball will belong to Charlotte right in front of the Hornets bench. Muggsy shooting 93%. Curry is shooting 92%. Great hustle by Bogues that time.
Well, it helps to have that low center of gravity. You can get to the floor a lot quicker than just about everybody else out there.
Mitchell with good defense out high. Curry now guarded by Richardson. They lob it weak side.
Boy, nice rotation by the Pacers here.
Here's the outside shot by Curry. It's a 3. Del Curry's 10th three-point field goal of the year. He has an 11-point quarter going right now. And
you almost just have to stay in his chest. His release is so quick. If you're not there before he gets it, you won't stop his shot.
Here is Smits from the top of the circle. Rick is really starting to hit that shot, Clark, from about 16 or 17 or 18 feet out with great regularity. Now, I'm not sure you want your 7'4" giant out there.
But he's brought that shot to the league with him, Beck. I mean, that's a shot he's always had.
Richardson comes off with a rebound. Pooh is averaging 3.5 a game. Reggie is hit by Gaddison and goes up into the high-priced seats at the end of the court. Kenny Gaddison, that's personal foul number 2. There's Gaddison, 6'8", 252, 7th-year pro out of Old Dominion College. And Reggie will make a trek back to the free throw line.
Pacers really running it back at the Hornets. Doing a good job on the boards. Any loose balls they get, they're looking ahead immediately and typically beating the Hornets down the floor.
Reggie Miller last year led the team in scoring for the 3rd consecutive year. And he has 2 more points to go in his total tonight.
It's nice to see him get some easy ones in transition. That's always helpful when you're struggling with your perimeter shot a bit.
Believe it or not, Reggie's at 20 already. He's got a 13-point second period. It's 69-62 Indiana. Rebound put back up. It will not go, and a foul called against Indiana. Well, wait till Paul Mihalik makes the call. Foul is on Sam Mitchell, and that's the 3rd on Sam Mitchell tonight. There is Sam on your screen. Here's a guy who comes to give you all he's got, night in and night out. Smith will go out of the lineup now. LaSalle Thompson coming back in. Gaddison will get the first free throw. Now we'll get another change for the Indiana Pacers as Sam Mitchell gets a blow, and there is George McLeod, who did not start tonight, in case you're just dotting our way on Fox 59. Bo Hill made the starting lineup change, put Detlef Schrempf in, and took George McLeod out of there.
Little full court pressure here by the Hornets.
And a foul called against those Hornets. Alan Bristow, who is one of the most intense individuals you'll ever run across, not pleased with that call.
He's a very active coach. I mean, throughout the course of this first half, I mean, he's gotten a nice little workout in. He's run about 40 20-yard dashes here in the first half. That's about as slow as we'll see him move throughout the game.
David Wingate with his 2nd personal foul. Reggie continues to knock him home from the free throw line. After missing his first one, Reggie strung out 8 in a row. Last year he hit 85.8%, but that was down 60 percentage points from the previous year, and as a matter of fact was the lowest in 3 years.
Down 6 percentage points.
6 percentage points,
as
not
opposed
60
to 60,
percentage
yeah.
points. Yeah, that would be quite a drop, wouldn't it?
That'd be a major drop. That'd be a heck of a free throw shooting percentage, 140%.
David Wingate with 9 points in this ball game. Inside Reggie, and a great entry pass by George McLeod. McLeod is 2nd in the ball club in assists, as a matter of fact, with almost 4 per game.
He's an excellent finder, and he's got strong wrist, and he can get the ball to you quickly.
73-66. Del Curry quickly cuts into that lead. Curry having a great ball game, makes it 73-68. Clark, he continues to stroke him just like you thought he would. Final 40 seconds now, the first half. Richardson in real deep trouble, got it to Reggie. He got 3 on the way, and he's got it again. Reggie Miller's second three-pointer of the ball game. He now has 20 points in this quarter. It's 76-68. That equals Indiana's biggest lead. Larry Johnson smacked by LaSalle Thompson.
That's what you call getting your money's worth on the foul. And Reggie Miller has it going on, folks. There you take a look at Johnson. Strong to the rack, and LaSalle makes sure he doesn't have a chance to get it up and down, and immediately pleads guilty. See, that's how you keep anything from coming out of hard fouls like that. If you immediately own up to it and get away.
I did it.
Yeah, get away from the action.
Larry Johnson got kicked out of the game last night in Boston, by the way, as Vern Fleming comes back into the lineup, replacing Detlef Schrempf, who went all but 25.5 seconds of this first half. Johnson got into it with one of the officials in Boston, Mike Mathis, and got tossed out. He had 2 techs in a very short span of time.
It was within about 45 seconds.
So Johnson hits them both, giving him 8 points. He had 12 points and 6 rebounds, and that came with about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they lost that ball game in Boston, and I'm sure there are those who feel that maybe his departure was one of the reasons why.
Yeah, they had led pretty much throughout the second and third quarters, and when he was ejected, things kind of went south for the Hornets.
5 seconds left in the period. Here's Reggie. He's got it to LaSalle. He's got it to Fleming. Byrne will fire and miss it. And, well, the 24-second clock went off, but only about 3/10 of a second behind it was the shot clock, the game clock, and that's the end of the first half. Bo Hill's got to be pleased, although you wouldn't tell it right there. Clark up by 6.
Yeah, they did a nice job. Really ran the ball back at the Hornets. Their transition D was pretty good, so a solid half all around by the Pacers.
After being down by 4, they went ahead by as many as 8. We head to the locker room at halftime from Charlotte, North Carolina, and the Pacers.
In playing defense is you can't run back and not see the ball, and Dale didn't see the ball and got himself into foul trouble.
Inside, Mourning with a reverse slam. So now with a dozen points in this ball game, and just like that, it's 78-74. This is an explosive Charlotte ball club. I mentioned they're averaging 112.7. Clark, they got a lot of guys that can put points on the board. Smith's on a drive, and it's dropped by Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo was screaming and hollering in Rick Smith's face, and I don't think Rick knew how to respond to that.
That's the 3rd block shot of the ball game for Alonzo Mourning. J.R. Reed. Nothing. Knocked away, out of bounds, belongs to Charlotte.
Well, I think that really rattled Rick, and he kind of panicked and just tried to get it to the hole and really wasn't on balance, and Alonzo was able to get the better of that particular sequence. I mean, he was actually just screaming, hey, 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 and Rick decided to just lower his shoulder and get to the hole and had it blocked.
Just getting underway now. A minute and a half into the second half of this ball game. Indiana with a 78-74 lead. Dale with a good job of shutting off the baseline. Mourning foul by Smits. And Rick's getting a little upset, and it may relate back to that foul.
I'm sure it does. Not the foul, the actual.
Or the drive at the other end.
Exactly.
In tonight's Miller Lite three-point payoff, Paul Powell has won $40 so far. Paul receives $20 in gift certificates at the Pacers home court gift shop for each Pacers three-point field goal in this ball game. And Reggie hit him up with 2 in the first half of this game tonight.
Well, no lead in a game of this pace is safe. Even if it was a double-digit cushion, the Pacers have to continue to take care of the basketball and get high-quality shots from their key people.
Mourning down, posted down on the wing, going isolation on Smits. Detlef came over and helped out and will pick up the foul. And that's the first of the game on deck. So one of the concerns of Bob Hill has been alleviated. They're going to take Smits out of the lineup now, put Thompson back in there. LaSalle was in the first half of the game, saw 7 minutes of action. Smits 17, so that they combined to back up each other for the 24 minutes in the first half of the ball game. Wingate, now Larry Johnson. Wingate tips it in. Nobody blocked out David Wingate.
He's been playing outstanding basketball since being acquired when Johnny Newman went down. And may have found himself a place on this roster even when Newman gets healthy.
So a 6-1 halftime lead is cut down to 2, and Detlef Schrempf quickly adds 2 more to the total. Death now with 17 points. Wingate was a second-round pick of the Philadelphia 76ers back in '86. They sent him out to San Antonio as they get the outside shot by Alonzo Mourning. He has 6 of the 8 points Charlotte has here in the second half.
Alonzo can really make the passing game effective for this team because he can make that shot. And as the guy who's going to be in that position.
Do I hear it from you?
Boom, baby.
Slick's not here. That's a 3 for Reggie. He has 33 points in this ball game now. 32 points in the ball game. And he has 3 3-pointers so far. Reggie with a 27-point first half. He has already surpassed his season high, which he set last night with 29 against the Orlando Magic.
He's feeling it. He's begging for it.
He wants it now. Floater, turnaround shot, won't go this time. Mourning's got the rebound away from Tank. And with 8 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the third quarter, it is Indiana up 83-78. Ball knocked free. Richardson's got it. Reggie runs the lane, gets the pass, got the points. We'll go to the line with a foul by David Wingate.
What about the pass?
Great
right
pass.
On the money. I mean, if you're a quarterback in football, that's hitting the guy on the numbers. Take a look at this feed. Right in stride, right on the line. And Reggie puts the period on the sentence.
One of the reasons that you run so hard when Pooh's got it is you know you're going to get it.
Take a look at the reaction after Reggie knocks this one down. Take that, Hornet bench.
A little trash talking going on out there tonight.
It was probably just a whisper.
Oh, it was just a, did I step on your toe? I'm sure it was an apology by Reg.
There's no better feeling as a player than to have it going on. And Reggie has had it going on since early in the second quarter.
The Indiana Pacers played some great basketball tonight. They boxed out that time, but J.R. Reed came off with the rebound nonetheless. And Reed, who averages less than 9, has 11 now. It's 86-80. Muggsy Bogues, nobody helped Detlef out to let him know he was there. Bogues to Mourning. And just like that, Alonzo Mourning in the first 3 minutes and 50 seconds of the third quarter has scored as many points as he scored in the entire first half. He has 16.
Boy, good time out here by Bo Hill. Momentum starting to shift just a bit. Important to get a good look at the hoop out of your timeout here. Isolation for Reggie.
Del Curry was the guy that playing defense and knocks Reggie to the floor, and that's going to be a flagrant foul against Del Curry. Now, they'd already called the foul. Then he actually did it after the fact. Right?
It was J.R. Reed who made contact with Reggie after he got to the basket. Reggie does a nice job here, draws the foul. There's the initial foul right there. Now watch after the play.
Now, what do we get here? What's the call, though?
It's a 2-shot intentional foul. Reggie's going to shoot 2 free throws.
But who gets the fouls?
Both of them get fouls.
All right. That's amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Well, that's called a flagrant foul.
Yes, but not on. We had 2 guys getting fouls at the same play.
Yeah, it may be a unique occurrence. There's no doubt about that.
So Reggie will hit the first one.
That's kind of like
so we have a foul on
roughing the passer.
All right.
In football.
Yeah, but that only it's a foul on one person.
Yeah, it's only one, but I'm saying it was after the fact. It was a little late hit.
Well, let's take a look at it again. Now, here's the first foul on Del Curry.
There's the push right there. Now, Reggie continues. I don't know if J.R. Reed knew the play had been blown dead. Maybe he felt like Reggie was still.
Well, if he didn't, he's deaf. He was only about 5 feet away. I think he was just trying to make a point that Reggie is lighting up right now.
That's what the official, certainly, that's how the official interpreted it.
Now, but Paul Mihalik is going to go over and talk with the scorekeeper over here. Let's see what we get here. It's a 2-shot flagrant foul, which Reggie's already done and taken care of.
And you get the orange out of bounds.
And you get the ball. Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't sure what Paul. I thought maybe Paul made a new decision here that I wasn't aware of. It's 88-82. Indiana up by 6.
Big possession here because now you've got a chance for possibly a 5-point play if you get a 3, but certainly you can look at maybe a 4-point play here after the Hornets had gotten a little momentum going.
Here's Detlef pulling up out front over Johnson. Off the mark, Muggsy Bogues had it taken away by Richardson. Now here is Sam Mitchell. Here is Tank. Nope. Rebound backed out long range to Pooh Richardson. Fresh 24. 7.5 minutes to go in the third.
That's been a problem for the Hornets, one of the worst rebounding teams in the league last year. On this sequence, they've given up a couple of extra shots to the Pacers.
Interestingly enough, they're averaging almost 1 rebound a game better than Indiana. 3 by Miller, not this time. Rebound knocked free, taken down by Larry Johnson, given to Muggsy Bogues. Down to the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. J.R. Reed. Tank Thompson back to J.R. Reed to Mourning. Alonzo Mourning's 10th point of the quarter, is 18th of the night.
Two former high school rivals hooking up on the nice feed from Reed to Mourning. They battled each other in high school in the Virginia area.
Here's Reggie Miller. He is cooled off a little bit. LaSalle Thompson goes to get it. Here is Reggie. And up and good. Reggie Miller changed hands in the sky, and he continues to light this baby up. He's got 12 points in this quarter. And here's a whistle and a foul. It'll be on LaSalle Thompson, and on Tank, that is number 3. This is Fox WXIN TV, Indianapolis. The Indiana Pacers and the Charlotte Hornets from Charlotte, North Carolina. This has been, Clark, an up and down tempo ball game right from the outset.
Basketball like a tennis match, back and forth. You can't do too much popcorn digging in one like this.
Well, now
unless you've got my peripheral vision.
Say, wait a minute, you put a big box away already, and wanted to know if the lady would go get some peanuts if they weren't salted in the shell. Give me a break.
Alonzo having a big quarter here, showing you his ability to put it on the floor. If you're defending Alonzo, that means LaSalle Thompson, Rick Smits. I think you've got to bait him into taking the 17 or 18 footer. Don't allow him to get to the free throw line and get your big people in foul trouble.
Alan Bristow, you saw on your screen, took over this ball club this year. Well, they didn't seem to get the desired results they were hoping for. Out of Gene Littles. Here is Smits posted inside. Over Mourning, and Mourning blocked the shot. That's 4 block shots for Alonzo Mourning, and a foul call, and Mourning is all over the face of Rick Smits.
He's really frustrating Rick Smits. You can just see it. He baited Smits about 5 minutes ago into a 4-shot. Now Smits has tried to make it a personal vendetta. There's the shot. He's all over it, anticipated the move beautifully, and then there's the foul. And that's 4 on Smits, and the Pacers over the limit. The Hornets have only committed 3 team fouls this quarter. Mourning, though, has struggled lately from the line. Actually, he struggled from the floor and the line, although he's had a big quarter.
He's 1 out of 3 from the free throw line and 5 field goals to go along with it.
I'm sorry, Jerry, 48% free throw shooting in his last 4 games for Alonzo.
They talk about the demise of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and who are going to be the superstars. Boy, they got a couple of great potential ones this year in Shaquille O'Neal, number 1 pick, and Alonzo Mourning, number 2. I think the league is going to get even stronger. Smits dropped it inside. Loose ball picked up now by Mourning. It's 90-86 Indiana with 5:50 to play here in the third. Despite all the emotion and the up and down play, Indiana's clung to this lead. They were up at halftime by 6, 76-70. Here is Curry, 76-60, to 70, I should say. And the rebound taken down by Charlotte, put back up off the mark, and that's another foul on Rick Smits. Well, they are doing a number right now on the big guy. That's 5 on him.
I think Bo Hill was hoping he could allow Rick to play through his frustration and maybe use that anger as incentive and motivation, but it just hasn't worked that way because of the fouls committed by Smits.
First free throw is good by David Wingate, a 77% free throw shooter, and Indiana's going to take a timeout.
It's Alonzo having a big quarter, doing a little talking, baited Rick into some tough plays, got a couple of shots blocked, and Rick now is going to have to sit down a while and think about it. Key stretch here for the Pacers. They're down. They're actually up 3 after having led by 6, so they need to make sure they're getting good ball movement and good shots.
Reggie inside to Fleming, back out to Dent, top of the circle. Great ball movement results in 2 points for Detlef. Give him 19 in the night.
Beauty, because Muggsy Bogues can't handle Vern in the low post. That forced a double team, and Vern got it out to Dent for the wide open J.
5 minutes and 2 seconds to play. Nice play by Pooh Richardson. They doubled down that time on Larry Johnson, and they knocked it out of bounds. Mitchell had really shut off the baseline, and Pooh came in from the outside and helped out tremendously.
Well, the Pacers with the 3-guard unit. Richardson, Fleming, and Miller with Shrimp and Mitchell on the floor.
That's a small lineup.
Very small,
now.
But with the small size, you hope to get quickness and plenty of activity at both ends.
Del Curry, he knew he was in trouble because they had isolated Reggie on one side of the floor. Curry, even though he is 6'5" and has good quickness, is probably not going to keep up with the Reggie Miller here.
Well, Reggie's feeling it. There you see it from the ground level, right in your living room. Reggie got the step and drew the foul.
Reggie Miller has strung out now 12 successive free throws after missing his first of the ball game. Indiana's used that free throw shooting very effectively tonight. That was the 4th foul, by the way, on Del Curry. Reggie Miller.
Reggie getting into a little exchange of glares and stares with the Charlotte bench, and seems to be really enjoying this.
He has 14 points in this quarter, Clark. He had 20 points in the second quarter and 7 in the first. What a game by Reggie Miller.
Well, he's going to figure it out before long that he can do this each quarter. Last night it was the 3rd quarter.
Great
Tonight
point.
he got started in the 2nd quarter. Maybe the next game he'll do it in the 1st quarter.
Fleming thought he was fouled, threw an air ball up on the drive. It's 94-87 Indiana. Pacers have been ahead by as many as 8, trailed by as many as 4. Strong effort that time. Detlef keeps it alive. Johnson comes out with it, and a great play by Sam Mitchell. It's knocked away. It should be Indiana's basketball. Now the official pointed the wrong way, then changed his mind. Clark, we got to do some checking here. Now watch where it goes out of bounds. It'll be at the lower portion of your screen here.
Boy, nice mad scramble here for the Orange, and Mitchell wrestles it out of there.
There it is right there.
And then it's off of Kenny Gaddison's left foot.
94-87 Indiana. 4 minutes to play here in the 3rd period. This has been one whale of a basketball game. Reggie inside, takes the shot, missed the shot, and threw the foul.
They're really isolating Reggie, and for good reason. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it, and Reggie is doing what he wants to against the Hornets right now. He's got started in the 2nd quarter with some transition opportunities to 3-point shooting. Now they're isolating him, and he's taking people off the dribble and getting himself to the foul line.
Reggie Miller has 41 points.
When you are the man, you got to be the man.
Boy, and he is the man tonight. Reggie has made 15 free throws by himself, Clark, and the Hornets have made 13 as a ball club. 43 points now for Reggie Miller.
We got a half-century night online for Reggie Miller.
We still have 3:50 to go in the 3rd. The shot is out of there. The rebound fought for, and Pooh Richardson's got it for Indiana. They got the numbers 4 on 3 on the break. Pooh to Det, inside layup. Yes, sir! Detlef Shrimp with 21. And the Charlotte Hornets want timeout. Clark, it wasn't 2 minutes ago they made a run at Indiana. The Pacers have an 8-0 run themselves now, and their biggest lead of the game with 3:37 to go here in the 3rd. Reggie Miller had 7 points in the 1st quarter. As you look at Pooh Richardson, who's been very much a part of this. He had 20 points in the 2nd. He has 16 in the 3rd. In the 2nd and 3rd periods, Regis had 38 points in the 2nd and 3rd periods alone on 10 out of 14 from the field.
The Hornets getting some decent shot attempts, just not finding the bottom of the net. There's Bogues. If you don't get help from your teammates in regards to where he is, you can't find him. He's not in your natural line of sight.
Well, it's the 2nd time now that right across the timeline in the general area on the other side of the floor, that Det's been hampered by this 5'3" guy, and nobody helped him out.
Well, you've got to scream and holler when he's in the vicinity, because most of the time you're not going to find him.
Detlef's play has been overshadowed by Reggie tonight, which won't bother Det a whit, I'll guarantee you that. But he still has 21 points in this ball game, Clark, does Detlef Shrimp.
Well, there's a long way to go. In a game of the pace that this game has been played, double-digit leads are really not big leads at all, simply because the game is going to be up-tempo. And again, the Hornets have had some tough shots not go down. Johnson missed 1 or 2 inside. Mourning has missed a couple of inside shots. So there's still probably a run or 2 left in these Hornets.
Here's a foul on Pooh Richardson. He got caught in a bad situation that time. Detlef Shrimp is now squared off with Alonzo Mourning. I don't know what precipitated that, but it is a situation that developed in a hurry. And there's the big guy, Alonzo Mourning, the rookie out of Georgetown at 6'10", 240. He may have made a move on Det because it's not like Det to precipitate something on his own.
And Det has to make sure he maintains his poise. That's part of Mourning's demeanor on the court. He's very physical. He attempts to bait you verbally and physically. So it's very important that Detlef just maintain his composure while not taking anything. You certainly don't want to get yourself into a situation where you might get yourself moved out of the game.
David Wingate now with 13 points in this ball game. Boy, this guy's been, as Clark mentioned earlier, a valuable asset to this ball club when they had the injuries that they encountered. He now has 14 points. They're without Johnny Newman, who was their top scorer, fracture of the third metacarpal left hand on the injured list, and Kendall Gill with a sprained ankle, but a severely sprained ankle. They don't expect him back for another week to 10 days.
Right.
It's 100-89, the Indiana Pacers. We had 13 lead changes. Those all came in the first half of this ball game. And once Indiana establishes itself, they've been tough. There is Mitchell, hard to the hoop, got the roll.
Boy,
Sam now with 8 points.
That's excellent spacing. When you've got spacing like that, upon moving the ball, there will be seams that you can drive through.
Mourning inside on Detlef. Missed it, rebounded by Johnson. He got it.
The Hornets going to come with some full court pressure here now.
I don't think that's going to hamper us too much, Park.
Well, no, they backed out of it there.
When you got Mourning and Johnson going back-to-back on the boards, that's tough. 102-91. Pooh Richardson knocks it home. And Indiana's lighting this joint up right now. That's a half a dozen for Pooh.
Well, you know Muggsy can't bother your shot, so Pooh is able to just come off that screen with plenty of confidence and all the time he needs to get his shot up.
Final 2 minutes of the third quarter of this game, with the Pacers leading 104-91. Posted in low is Mourning. He made a walk with the ball. Well, he did, but they're going to call a foul on Detlef anyway. That's 2 on Det. Now we'll get a change back into the lineup. As you look at Alonzo Mourning, they will take Muggsy Bogues out and insert Tony Bennett. Where do they have Tony? I wonder if we ever had him sing the national anthem down here. Wouldn't that be great? You could promote that tonight. Tony Bennett will sing the... You never like my creative juices when they start.
Oh, I enjoy your creative juices.
He could go to, as our producer just said, when we go to Golden State, the director, we could aim singing, I left my heart in San Francisco. We're going to be out there, by the way, in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, in about a week.
Greg Droney come in for the first time in this ball game. Detlef going out to get a bit of a rest. Shrimp having a great ball game. 8 points in the quarter, 23 on the night.
Well, I tell you what, if Mourning and Dreiling lock up, there will be some fireworks.
Yes, there will.
It's a good move here by Bo Hill to give Det some time to rest and also keep him away from additional foul trouble.
21 now for Alonzo Mourning. It's 5 above his scoring average. Now that full court pressure you talked about.
Yeah, they do it out of the made free throw.
Indiana breaks it in a hurry. Here's Reggie, faked the three, got in for about a 20-footer and knocked it home. Reggie Miller is on fire.
Career high, isn't it?
That is it right there. That's 19 points in the quarter. He has 46, and here we go. Reggie runs the lane and has it knocked away. 45 points. And there it is. A career high for Reggie Miller. That's David Craig, who comes down to
apply the rosin.
Apply the rosin.
And I would think Reggie, he's run back there like 4 times now recently to go get that rosin. I would want to see him conserve that energy as we look at the career high field goal, the field goal that gave him his new career high, and he'll pad it right here at the line as he gets 2 attempts. He's not missed since the first one early.
1, 2, 3, 4,
he said
5,
he's going
6,
for 50.
7,
He just
8,
told
9,
somebody.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
He just told the Hornets bench he's going to get 50.
Oh, is that what he told him?
He just told him. He just told him.
He's got 47 right now. And the Pacer record is 52. Billy Knight set that back in 1980. I'll bet you Billy's watching it.
Thriller Knight, your record is in jeopardy, buddy.
Outside long range shot by Mourning. You talked about his ability to hit that. What a great third quarter. I'll tell you the truth. If Mourning wasn't out there having the third quarter he's having, Indiana be up by 20 points right now. As it is, they lead by 14.
Yeah, he's had a monster third quarter.
He has 6 field goals and 3 free throws in this quarter alone. He's doing 27 on the night.
Alan Bristow really on the officials thinking that Reggie Miller is pushing off.
Illegal defensive warning called against Charlotte.
That's a direct result of the isolation for Reggie Miller. Everybody really worried about where he is because of all the damage he's done to the Hornets, and therefore they lose track of where they should be on their own men and pick up the illegal defensive warning.
You saw Alan Bristow's second year as the head coach. He'd been the assistant coach with San Antonio and Denver prior to being the vice president of basketball operations. And with Charlotte, he replaced Gene Littles as the head coach last season. Here's Reggie now working on Tony Bennett. And, beg your pardon, on Kevin Lynch. He got it. He's got his. I'm telling you what, man,
on the books right now.
This is showtime. Foul on Lynch. Reggie Miller with another bucket. Take a look at this baby.
Words are unnecessary, folks.
He has 22 points. I've got him for 22. This would make it. Has he got 49 now? 49?
Half of a C note on this free throw.
You what, boy? 50 points on the line right here for Reggie Miller. Unbelievable. He's only 2 short of the Pacers' record for points in the game. 52 set in 1980 by Billy Knight.
This is the kind of game, Jerry, that maybe Reggie needed to really get himself going. He had the big game last night in a losing effort, but if they can hold on and win this game, this might be a game you look back on during the season and say, this is where Reggie got back to that form that he showed a couple of years ago.
Well, he's not perfect. He just committed a foul.
I think that was on Greg Dryden.
Was it Dryden? He indicated Miller, but we'll check it out for you.
No, I think it was Greg.
Anyway, it's Mourning now at the free throw line. And again, Alonzo Mourning. Only 9 other points in this quarter have been scored by anyone other than Alonzo Mourning, and they have scored 25. So that'll tell you what.
Yeah, he's had a huge quarter. He's got an excellent touch from the top of the circle, and he's shown the ability to put the ball on the floor, 2-3 dribbles to get to the basket.
Down to the final 36 seconds of this third quarter.
And the Pacers get 2 for 1 here.
96 knocked away from Pooh Richardson and last touched by Del Curry.
A quick shot here and you get 2 for 1. But I don't know, maybe you just get it in Reggie's hands and let him use whatever time he needs. No, they're going 2 for 1 here. Excellent.
Pooh Richardson gets the shot from outside. And a whistle and a technical foul on Bristow. Richardson with 8. Alan Bristow, we talked about his shenanigans on the sideline and his intensity level. And it's going up another couple of degrees Fahrenheit because here's Reggie back at the free throw line again.
Well, he's been all over the officials because he felt like Reggie Miller has been getting an advantage and getting open for the isolation plays this quarter. He felt Reggie was pushing off, and he's been jabbering at the officials this whole quarter in regards to Reggie Miller using his hands to get open.
Reggie missed the free throw, Clark. He missed the first one of the game and then hit 19 in a row.
That's got to be a Pacer record.
It may well be. We'll have to check our books on that. Larry Mago, our producer in charge of doing those things for us. We got our hands full out here tonight. We're just trying to keep track of what's going on the floor. Charlotte may want to go for the final shot of the, well, they will not. Curry will fire from long range, and Reg has got the rebound with 15 seconds left. He has had one of the finest 3 quarters of basketball I think I've ever seen in the blue and gold. It's a new club record from the successive free throws. Reggie for 3. Billy Knight and Herb Williams each hit 17 in a row in a ball game, in a game total. And Reggie's got 19 already. Up to Alonzo, who let it go off his noggin and out of bounds with 0.2 of a second left.
Yeah, they can't play it, so you've got to end the quarter. There's no way a shot can be taken.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter, guys. We had an exciting third quarter. It's 113-96 in the end. But I'll tell you, guys, we're having one super time here at the Charlotte Coliseum. It has been a pleasure to watch Reggie. And let's be honest, Clark, over the first 11 games of the year, Reggie's had his ups and his downs, but it's nice to see him finally find something like this. I think he really needed it badly.
Well, the explosion, I like to call these volcanic eruptions. And for a player with Reggie's ability, sometimes you need, when you're having kind of a up and down start to the season, a game like this is something that can blow those kinks out of your performance. But the point Slick made in regards to Reggie needing a game like this, but also the point about the team needing a solid fourth quarter. This isn't over yet, and they can't just watch Reggie try to do his thing as he's done it in the second and third quarter.
Well,
they need to feed off of him and take their shots when they get them as well.
Here's Reggie going hard to the hoop. Here's the layup. Wouldn't go. Tipped up and good by Greg Driley.
That's exactly what I mean. See, Reggie takes the initial thrust, but now because he got penetration, there are lanes to the offensive glass, and Driley with a nice putback.
Slick is sat on that sideline, sweating out those coaching calls over the years. He knows you're not comfortable till that final buzzer actually sounds.
That's exactly right.
Here's the three off the mark by Tony Bennett, and Greg Driley's got the rebound. Reggie runs the lane. They go to Fleming on the other side. He couldn't get it. Rebound knocked free out of bounds, belongs to Indiana.
Yeah, Alonzo came over the top and knocked it away from his teammates who had pretty good position there.
11-11 to play in this game. 115-96. The Pacers with the lead. They are 1-3 on the road. It's tough to win out here in the NBA, especially tough to win here at the Charlotte Coliseum. This ball club, the Hornets, are 4-2. Richardson. He's got Mourning on him. Now Bogues goes out to help out. He got the ball to Driley. Good look that time by Pooh Richardson.
That's just good, basic, smart basketball. Recognized the mismatch, sent Greg Driley into the low hole, got it to him, and drew the foul. Well, I'll tell you what, a couple of good solid possessions here early, and all the air will be out of the Hornets' balloon. I know we've got a little ways to go yet, but there are points in the game where you can really knock a team out. And with 2 or 3 good solid possessions, the Pacers will be well on their way to getting that done.
Here's Richardson trying to get a couple. Cannot. Rebound comes long into the hands of J.R. Reed. Tony Bennett out to Reed. They swing it to Bogues, and Pooh goes out to get in his face right in front of the Pacer bench. Here's Muggsy. And Greg's got another rebound. Tell you, you're not going to intimidate Greg Driley. I'll guarantee you that. And that may be one of the reasons Bo put him in there.
Well, certainly he'll exchange body for body, blow for blow with Alonzo Mourning.
Now Reggie's isolated on Larry Johnson. Here's Reggie pulling up for three. He won't get it, but Greg's got the rebound. Great play by Driley. Sets it up all over again at a fresh 24 with 9:55 to play.
So you can see the energy level just being slowly drained out of the Hornets. Pacers can't afford a lot of empty trips.
Here's Reggie. He's open on Johnson. Took him inside. Pulls up. Had it blocked by Mourning. That is 5 blocked shots for Alonzo Mourning, and the foul is on Reggie Miller. That will be his first, by the way. That foul earlier was on Greg Driley.
Well, Reggie going to take a seat now, and he forced the issue just a bit there. I think Bo senses that. Going to give him a breather. Nice hustle here by Mourning to get out and challenge the shot. Great reach, excellent timing, and he gets the block, and then Reggie committed the foul afterwards.
All right, prior to those last couple of shots, as Detlef Schrempf comes back into the ballgame, Reggie was 14 for 22 from the field, 19 of 21 from the free throw line. That totals 50 points in this ballgame.
That's including, what, 2 or 3 triples for Reggie tonight.
Yes. As a matter of fact,
3 triples.
3. No, yeah, 3. He had 2 in the second, 1 in the third. That'll make Paul Powell of Minneapolis happy. Way outside off the mark by Tony Bennett. Now they're getting a little desperate. Here's Fleming in on Tony Bennett, who wraps him up and commits the foul. The thing I like about this, Clark, is Indiana is still running the play, running the offense that Bo installed for tonight's ball game, still pushing the ball up court, not taking anything for granted and pity-pattying up for that half-court offense.
Well, they're a relaxed team. I mean, you got a 19-point cushion with 9 minutes to go.
Yes,
the Hornets have shown no evidence of stopping the Pacers from doing what they want to do. So
the relaxation is the last thing on the mind of head coach Bob Hill.
No, I don't mean relax in terms of being placer, but you're playing at ease. You're playing within yourself.
Bad pass by Dent, trying to get to McLeod. It's 2-on-1. Here's the layup that is good by David Wingate. He has 16 points. Alonzo Mourning, by the way, had a 17-point third quarter. We were telling you how strong he was in the third. He is total 25 tonight. He's the top scorer for the Hornets. 115-98. You don't want Charlotte on a run here. Mourning comes out. He has Detlef. Here's Pooh Richardson. Shot clock is down to 3, and Det will take it outside and knock it home. Detlef Schrempf with 25. His season high, if you're wondering, is 32. at 32 against Philadelphia earlier this year. 8.5 minutes to go on this game. 117-98. Mourning with a high pass inside. And there is a good strong move by Dreiling and a walking violation called on Alonzo Mourning. And Dreiling is the guy that created that.
Well, he just held his ground, and see, he's just going to hold his ground and watch Mourning get up and then come down before he lets the ball go. See, his feet came back to the ground before he got rid of it.
Pacers lead with 8:15 to play, 117-98. Fleming and Dreiling from 18 feet out. That's a little out of his range, but Richardson's got the rebound, and they get 24 seconds to go play with again.
Seems like the Pacers have got every long rebound here, especially in the second half. They've given themselves extra shot attempts here in the second half.
Which is a little unusual, Clark. That's not their past history. Here's Fleming. Off the glass, no. Tipped around, comes down to Larry Johnson. Muggsy Bogues runs the right side. Quickly up court they go. Here's the shot off the mark. Foul on Dreiling. That's 2 on Greg. We'll meet this ball club again on January the 24th down here. And then if you want to catch the Hornets and Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson and Muggsy, they'll be at Market Square on February the 26th and on March 19th.
And I might add, if Kendall Gill is healthy and Johnny Newman are healthy by that time, I don't know about Newman, but certainly if this one goes in the Pacer books as a W, they will remember.
Oh, yes.
Reggie Miller and his explosion, and also the salt to the wound he provided with some commentary down there in front of the Hornets bench.
It's 18 now on the board for David Wingate. Yes, if you're just dialing in and dialing out or just joined us for whatever reason, Reggie Miller has lit up this crowd of almost 24,000 tonight. He is on the bench now grabbing his breath. He has 50 points in this ball game. Indiana with a 17-point lead. Pooh Richardson with a great baseline spin move.
Just took Muggsy Bogues down in the low hole and then made a nice shot to get it up over Reed.
And now Pooh Richardson has hit double figures for the 7th time this year. And the Pacers with 7:15 to play have the lead, and let's see where they get the foul on. McLeod is the guy that stepped in the middle and knocked it away in front of Larry Johnson. And I believe they may get George. No, it's on Greg Dreiling. That'll be 3 on the big guy. Through 3 quarters, Indiana was shooting 58%, Charlotte 54%. Clark, so both ball clubs really putting the ball up and great successful tonight. 7:02 to play. Here's Johnson.
Here's a guy who really hasn't been a factor.
J.R. Reed. That is Reed's 13th point. That's misleading because J.R. had 7 in the first quarter. You're right. Larry Johnson has only 10, Clark, and only 2 since the second half began.
He really hasn't looked at the basket aggressively, and that's been a complaint of the coaching staff. They'd like to see him step up and assert himself a little more as opposed to always looking to kind of blend in and get his teammates going.
Rebounded by Sharp. Here come the Hornets trying to improve on their 7-5 mark. Muggsy Bogues hard to the hoop. Foul called on his way in. And the foul is on Pooh Richardson. That's number 2. We'll get a timeout now. 6:29 to play in the ball game, and the Pacers lead by 17.
And Pooh Richardson not in the game now, but only 1 rebound away from a triple-double tonight.
He is out of the lineup right now. Reggie's come back in the ball game. Reggie with 50 points, looking to set a Pacer high, franchise high. He has 50 now, the franchise high 52, set back in 1980 by Billy Knight. Baseline shot up and good by Muggsy Bogues. Believe it or not, first 2 points of the second half from Muggsy. Now this, Clark, may be one of those runs that I know Slick was talking about and I know you get concerned about, but Reggie Miller has hit now 52, and that ties the Pacers' all-time franchise record in the NBA for points in the game at 52. And Billy Knight's gone, doggone it.
No, I know Billy better than that.
Oh, yeah. Here's Reed outside, shooting over a cloud, and J.R. Reed gets his 15th point.
Yeah, he's probably saying worse than doggone.
No, because his wife, his wife and his young little child are going to be down. Now, Daddy, settle down a little bit here. Here is a foul on Wingate. We'll get a chance to hear what Billy's got to say, Clark, because you and I will be down in Atlanta next year. No, you're not going to be there? Oh, I see. Other things. Slick and I will be in Atlanta. And Billy Knight will be in the studios, and we'll have Brian Hammonds get Billy's reaction to potentially losing his franchise record. You'll be off. You have a lot of vacations. Have you noticed that? You got a better guy negotiating your contract than I am.
Oh my, mate, give me a break.
It's 121
Stop punching me below my belt, will you?
It's 121 to 106. There's Wingate. Wingate, yeah, he's gone. That's 6 fouls on David Wingate. Give this guy credit, Clark. He finished up with 18 points tonight. This is a guy that last year played with Washington and averaged 8 points a game. He was on that 1984 Georgetown NCAA basketball team. He was signed with Charlotte on the 18th. He's been a valuable contributor.
Yeah, in 6 games now, he's averaged about 12 points a game on 70% shooting, in addition to giving the team some quality defense and some additional activity and energy. So he's been an excellent find for the Hornets in the absence of Johnny Newman and Kendall Gill because of injury.
Here's Detlef. He got J.R. Reed in the air and then just drove right under him, and J.R. had nowhere to go. He has 4 personal fouls.
Boy, Reggie wanted to fire that 3.
Well, Reggie's taken some heat in the press and just from the fans in general for his up and down play this year. Not the consistency you expected, but boy, he has put on a show tonight. Here's Detlef Schrempf. Outside to George McLeod. It's short. Rebound on the floor. Muggsy Bogues has got it with 5 minutes to play, and the Pacers up by 15, 121 to 106. Threw it away.
I think Reggie is slowly understanding what it means to be the guy. See, last year and in years past, it has been Chuck Person. The bright light has been on Chuck, and Reggie was able to kind of stand in the background and be a supporting player and come up with his numbers in that fashion. Now, as a marked man, he's got to be a little more assertive, and he's really tried to do that in the last couple of ball games, trying to get himself going a little earlier. Tonight, he's just had one of those explosive nights.
Rebound ripped out of there by Dale Davis. Here's the lob to Fleming. He got 2 off the assist by Reggie Miller. Vern Fleming's first 2 in the second half. He has 9 tonight. Reggie was a first-round pick of this ball club, the 11th player taken overall in 1987. Mourning missing. Rebound knocked free. Alonzo's got it again. Put it back up and got it this time. Zoe with 27. Clark with his first 2 in the fourth.
Well, it's been all Pacers here in the second half. Mostly all that guy right there who's been on fire from the floor, and they just haven't really been able to put anybody in front of him off the dribble. I mean, he's taken how many free throws? He's made 19.
Well, he's 19 out of 21 tonight.
So he's been parked at that free throw line.
He was the Pacers all-time leader in three-point field goal attempts and makes and three-point field goal percentage. All-time leader in free throws made, second in free throws attempted, 7 behind Fleming. So he has now passed him into the #1 spot in that category. And here he goes for 54 points. That's it. He's in the record book as the all-time leading scorer in Pacers franchise history. Remarkable ball game. Those are NBA numbers, by the way. Here's Larry Johnson as Indiana's got a lead of 125 to 108 with 3:50 to play. My goodness, what a show by Reggie Miller. Muggsy Bogues missed it. J.R. Reed picked off the rebound. And a loose ball being dove for on the floor. Detlef had it momentarily. Now here's Mourning, and it's blocked by Dale Davis. They'll call him for goaltending. Give the bucket to Alonzo Mourning. Give him 29.
Well, he's been the story offensively for the Hornets. He just hasn't had any help here. I wonder where Larry Johnson has been.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy that's seeking to be the go-to guy for these Hornets.
Reggie Miller with another three-pointer, another $20 in goodies at the home court gift shop for Paul Powell of Indianapolis. Muggsy missing. Rebound tipped up and in. They'll give it to Johnson. Larry with 14 points, with 12 points, Clark, and he has only 4 in the entire second half.
He's been an invisible 6'7", 250-pound player.
Some of the fans here, the 24,000, the official capacity listed is 23,698, starting to leave. Stick around and watch the show. Here's Davis.
Oh.
Dale Davis with 6. If we get a chance, I want to make another comment about Reggie that doesn't pertain to his scoring, but I think is significant when you look back over the long haul of things. Here's Johnson for 3. And Larry Johnson with his 5th three-pointer of the year. He has 15 points in this ball game, and the Pacer lead is 15 with 2.5 minutes to play. Reggie, will he want another one?
Well, Slick said he could get 60. He's only 3 away. He might have 60.
Didn't get it that time. Rebounded by McLeod, lost it away. Here come the Charlotte Hornets with 2:18 to play, and a whistle and a foul. It'll be on Fleming. Now, the point I wanted to make, Clark, was this. Reggie Miller leads the NBA in active players in consecutive games started, 268. He's played in 270, which is 6th in the NBA. So not only has he been impressive tonight, he has been very sturdy over the years. How about this guy?
Boy, our behind-the-scenes guys have come up with an interesting bit of information. George McGinnis holds the Pacers' all-time scoring record for a single game, 58 points. That happened back in 1972 on November 28th, 20 years ago to the day. And Big Mac, your record too in jeopardy.
Would you believe that those are the first 2 points of the second half for Del Curry? Foul on Muggsy Bogues. We were talking about Larry Johnson being invisible. Those 2 free throws by Curry give him 19, and he had 17 in the first half of this game.
Well, under the explosion that Reggie Miller provided, almost everybody else out there on the floor has been invisible when you look at the magnitude of what he's been able to do. Although Pooh Richardson has been solid. Detlef has been solid. Ignited the Pacers early in the game. Rick Smits in the first quarter was outstanding, then got a little frustrated late, but just a good all-around effort by the Pacers.
Richardson has 11, by the way. We'll kind of try to update you here and bring you up to this. Has kind of been a little bit breathtaking tonight, the way that Reggie has performed as Pooh gets his 12th point. 7 in the first, 20 in the second, 23 in the third, 7 here in the fourth. He has 57 points.
And Pooh is 1 rebound away from a triple-double.
Yes, he is.
Hasn't gotten it yet.
10 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists, the last numbers we had on him. 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go in this ball game. Here's J.R. Reed, had it knocked away by McLeod. Final couple of minutes. Reggie might pull up for the 3.
Well, no need to force it.
No. He's got Mourning out there on him. They're trying to keep him away from the 60, I guess. Otherwise, why would... No, there he is, wide open. Take it, Reg. Let her rip, but 1:42 to play. Now here's the steal. Muggsy Bogues will go in for the layup, giving him 13 points. But the Pacers are going to win this baby and make the overall record 12-6 against Charlotte, and they'll be 3-6 here at Charlotte Coliseum.
Boy, the Pacer bench, all the players up wanting Reggie to take the shot. They want him to get 60.
Richardson. Reggie's in the corner, comes on, it's taken away by Muggsy. Well, we got to get the ball before he can get the 60. Del Curry, 4-3, nothing doing. And a foul from behind, I think, on Detlef. Yeah. Yeah, the Pacer bench, if you can catch them at the top of the screen there, they've settled down a little bit now, but they were up in unison.
They were all up, wanting Reggie to shoot it on that last possession.
We don't get many of these games, Clark. I'm thinking back to our telecast over the last couple of years. We haven't had many blowouts in our favor. We can sit back and kind of enjoy the festivities.
Especially on the road.
Yes, sir. Alonzo Mourning missing. This guy is a bear.
You know, he was a 78% free throw shooter his last couple of years at Georgetown, and really has struggled.
He's shooting 60%.
Yeah, he's at 60, and he's only been shooting 48 the last 4 games, and I don't think he's done anything to help that percentage tonight.
He has 30 points in tonight's ball game. He's averaging 16, as high as 34. Well, here comes the Pacer attack again with 1 minute and 8 seconds to play. They're trying to get the ball to Reggie. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Here he is. Will he light it up? Curry is out.
The fans want him to shoot it.
The fans want him to take it. They want to see 60. They're beaten, so they want to see 60 points. Here's Reg running inside, pulls up. There's the shot off the mark. Rebounded by the Charlotte Hornets, taken down by Alonzo Mourning. Reggie Miller having a tremendous ball game with 57 points. Rebound. Oh, Richardson's got it. That ought to give him the triple-double right there. Pooh Richardson has a triple-double. Now keep in mind, he's a 6'1", 180-pound starting point guard.
Well, he said he was ready to rock and roll tonight.
The bench, the Pacer bench, is all in smiles, yelling at Pooh as he makes the trip up court. He has a triple-double. There they are. It's nice to see this, because I'm going to tell you something. This ball club needed something to take some of the tension out of the air.
And it's nice to have it happen on the night when you know you don't have to worry about a game until Tuesday. You can actually savor this one a bit and then get geared up for your next week of action.
All right, 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. That's the official number now, numbers for Pooh Richardson. Just keep adding to the point total, though. Be a nice ride home tonight, Clark.
Hopefully there's no air turbulence.
I wish you hadn't have mentioned that. Oh, man. 30 seconds to go in this ball game. Indiana's going to win it and go 2-0 against Charlotte on the year. They beat them 10-9, 110-109. Here is Richardson, taken away by Muggsy Bogues. They're trying desperately to get the ball to Reggie Miller. Johnson inside. There's the uncontested layup by Curry. That's his first field goal in the second half of this ball game. You see Bo pushing him up court.
Look at the bench, the Pacer bench, everybody's up. The fans that are here are still hollering Reggie. They want Reggie.
What a great way to finish this game it would be. There it goes. It is no good. Reggie with a smile on his face. And here come the Pacer players out to greet him. Sam Mitchell's the first guy there. I mean, we have seen one of the shows of a lifetime here.